A chilling mugshot has just replaced the spotlight for one of the most beloved stars of 2025, and the details coming out of Louisiana are nothing short of a career-ending nightmare. Tonight, we are digging into the developing story of Jourdan Blue, the viral sensation who captured the hearts of millions on the 20th season of America's Got Talent. While most expected to see his name on concert marquees by now, his name is instead appearing on a police blotter in Tammany Parish. On the night of March 21, 2026, local authorities conducted a traffic stop that would quickly escalate into a national scandal. Blue was taken into custody under a cloud of serious allegations, including operating a vehicle while intoxicated and reckless operation. Reports indicate that the scene was chaotic, with officers noting the presence of an open container within the vehicle, a detail that has sent shockwaves through his fanbase. For a man who stood on the world's biggest stage just months ago, the transition from the glitz of Hollywood to the cold reality of a Louisiana holding cell is a jarring fall from grace. This isn't just a minor traffic violation. It is a full-scale legal crisis for an artist whose brand was built on resilience and purity. As the news broke, social media was flooded with images of the exposed singer in a standard-issue orange jumpsuit, a far cry from the tailored suits and golden confetti we saw during his televised triumph. The shocking nature of this arrest lies in its timing, right as Blue was supposedly preparing for a major career move. Instead of a red carpet, he is now facing a judge, and the implications for his future are dire. We are seeing a complete breakdown of the Golden Boy image, as investigators look closer at what exactly led to that fateful Saturday night stop. The community in New Orleans, where Blue is a local legend, remains in a state of disbelief as more specifics regarding his past and current struggles begin to resurface in the wake of this arrest. How does a man go from a standing ovation at the Dolby Theater to a roadside sobriety test in less than a year? We're uncovering the cracks in the pedestal that Jourdan Blue was placed upon. To understand the gravity of the 2026 arrest, we have to look back at the meteoric rise of Jourdan Blue. In 2025, he wasn't just a contestant, he was a symbol of hope. His story of surviving years of homelessness and overcoming a history where he nearly offed himself due to the weight of poverty was the backbone of his AGT journey. He was the revealed soul of the competition, a street performer who used a car battery to power his dreams. But as any industry insider will tell you, the higher the rise, the harder the impact when things go wrong. The contrast between his Golden Buzzer audition and this recent mugshot is a shocking reminder of how fragile fame can be. Fans who once cheered for his perseverance are now forced to confront a different reality, one where their hero may have succumbed to the very pressures he claimed to have defeated. The narrative of the reformed street singer is being rewritten in real time as legal issues surfaced that suggest a lack of accountability behind the scenes. It's a classic Hollywood tragedy playing out in the bayous of Louisiana. Sources close to the production of AGT have expressed their disappointment, noting that Blue was given every tool to succeed, yet somehow found himself back in the crosshairs of the law. This exposed vulnerability is exactly what the music industry fears most, an investment that turns into a liability. The 2026 breakdown isn't just about one night of bad decisions. It's about the disintegration of a million-dollar brand that was supposed to be bulletproof. Every note he sang about struggle now feels like a haunting foreshadowing of his current predicament. While the public saw a success story, the court records suggest a much darker, recurring theme of defiance that has finally caught up with the singer. As we peel back the layers of the March 21st arrest, a troubling detail has emerged. Jourdan Blue was allegedly driving on a suspended license. This raises a massive red flag for legal experts and fans alike. A suspended license isn't a one-time mistake. It is usually the result of a revealed history of prior infractions or a failure to comply with court orders. This suggests that the 2026 DWI incident wasn't a sudden lapse in judgment, but perhaps the latest in a series of accusations surfaced that the public was never supposed to see. When an artist is exposed for having a history of ignoring the law, it changes the conversation from one bad night to a shocking pattern of behavior. Investigators are now looking into why the license was suspended in the first place. Was it related to his past struggles with substance issues? Or was it a simple case of negligence that snowballed out of control? Either way, the reckless operation charge combined with the license status paints a picture of someone who felt they were above the rules that govern everyone else. This sense of entitlement often follows sudden fame, where the golden boy begins to believe his own hype. The legal documents revealed that the officers on the scene were not influenced by his celebrity status, treating him as they would any other individual found in a shocking state of intoxication. This grounded approach by the Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office has ensured that the exposed singer will face the full extent of the law. The question now becomes, how many other untold stories are hiding in Blue's recent past? If this was a pattern, then the 2026 arrest wasn't an accident, it was an inevitability. Behind the viral videos and the soulful melodies, a psychological war was being waged, and it seems the third-place finish on national television may have been the breaking point. There is a specific kind of pressure that comes with being almost the winner. When Jourdan Blue finished in third place during season 20, the shocking outcry from fans was immediate. Many believed he was robbed, and that narrative followed him back to the streets of New Orleans. While a third-place finish is an incredible achievement for most, for someone who had already lived through the trauma of being offed from society through homelessness, it may have felt like another rejection. We are now looking at the exposed reality of his life post-competition. Instead of touring the world, Blue was back in the French Quarter, busking for tips to support his young son and his girlfriend. The psychological whiplash of going from a private jet to a street corner cannot be understated. This revealed struggle to maintain his status while facing the everyday grind of poverty is a recipe for disaster. Experts suggest that the accusations surfaced regarding his recent behavior are classic symptoms of burnout and relapse under extreme stress. He was trying to be the perseverance icon for his fans while simultaneously drowning in the expectations of providing for his family. This shocking duality, the star on your phone screen versus the man struggling in Louisiana, is where the story gets complicated. Was the 2026 arrest a cry for help or a total surrender to the weight of his own story? The revealed truth is that fame doesn't heal trauma, it often magnifies it, and in Blue's case, the magnification has led to a public exposed breakdown that will be difficult to recover from. In the digital age, silence is a statement, but for Jourdan Blue, his recent social media activity is a shocking attempt to gaslight his entire audience. What happened after the jail cells opened is perhaps the most revealed part of this entire saga. Just 48 hours after his mugshot went viral, Jourdan Blue was back on TikTok, posting videos of himself singing as if the arrest never happened. There was no statement, no exposed apology, and no acknowledgement of the legal issues surfaced in the media. This business-as-usual tactic is a high-stakes gamble in the world of PR. By ignoring the shocking reality of his situation, he is attempting to maintain a connection with his fans, but many are seeing through the facade. The comments sections are a war zone, with supporters begging for an explanation while critics call him exposed for his lack of accountability. This revealed disconnect between his online persona and his legal reality is deeply concerning. It suggests a lack of a professional team or, worse, a complete disregard for the severity of a DWI and reckless operation charge. When an artist exposed in a major scandal refuses to address it, they risk losing the trust of the very people who funded their rise. His cryptic captions and near-perfect vocal performances are being overshadowed by the shocking lack of transparency. Is he trying to protect his brand, Or is he simply incapable of facing the revealed truth of his actions? This social media strategy might keep his engagement numbers up in the short term, but the exposed nature of his legal battle means that eventually the music will have to stop, and the shocking truth will have to be answered for in a court of law. As the court dates approach and the spotlight turns into a searchlight, the future of the Golden Buzzer legend hangs by a thread that is rapidly fraying. The final chapter of Jourdan Blue's 2026 saga is currently being written in the courtrooms of Louisiana. He is facing multiple charges that could result in significant jail time, especially considering the revealed nature of his suspended license and the shocking details of the reckless operation charge. For any other artist, this would be the end, but Blue has built a career on the perseverance narrative. However, there is a limit to how many times the public will forgive a shocking lapse in judgment, especially when it involves the safety of others on the road. The exposed singer is now at a crossroads. He can either take accountability and seek the help that his past substance issues suggest he needs, or he can continue to spiraling until he is offed from the industry entirely. The revealed tragedy here is that the talent is still there. The voice hasn't changed, but the man behind it has been exposed as someone who is deeply hurting. We are watching a real-time, shocking, social experiment on whether talent can outweigh a revealed lack of character. As his court dates loom, the industry is watching closely. Will he be revealed as a phoenix who can rise from the ashes of a DWI, or will he become another shocking, cautionary tale of what happens when fame meets a lack of foundation? One thing is for certain. The Jourdan Blue who stood on that AGT stage in 2025 is gone. The man we are left with in 2026 is exposed, vulnerable, and fighting for his life in a way that no song can fix. Conclusion: Jourdan Blue's journey has always been about the extremes, from the depths of the streets to the heights of stardom. But the 2026 breakdown reminds us that the climb up is much slower than the fall down. As we await the legal resolution of his shocking arrest, we are left to wonder if the music was ever enough to save him. Is this the end of the road for the Golden Buzzer hero, or just another, revealed, hurdle in a life defined by struggle? One thing is certain: the world is watching, and this time there are no judges to save him with a buzzer.